So right now I'm going to tell you about the Saint Intercession Cathedral in Grodno. So you can see this cathedral, yeah, and a little bit about its history. So the construction of cathedral began in 1889 according to the design of the diocesan architect Nikolai Tsviviev. In 1899 the cathedral was consecrated in honor of the protection of the Theotokos. So, about the period from 1939 to 1941, the cathedral was transferred to the Polish Catholic Church and rebuilt as a church. From 1945 to 1999 to 1991, it was returned to the Orthodox community and renovated. So, also I want to tell you about 1990s. In the 1990s, the cathedral underwent a major restoration, and its original forms and decor were restored. Some interesting facts about cathedral. So, the cathedral is designed in the Neo-Byzantine style with Art Nouveau elements. The domes of the cathedral are covered with gold. So you can see these domes, yeah, they are covered with gold, yeah. And its facades and are decorated with intricate carvings and mosaics. The cathedral keeps the miraculous Grodno icon of the Mother of God, which is revered by believers as the protector of this fascinating, this fantastic city as Grodno.
The synagogue in Grodno was built in the 1630s and was one of the most important religious and cultural centers of the Jewish community in the city. For several centuries, it played a significant role in the lives of the local Jews, serving as a place for worship, study of the Torah, and various community events. During the Second World War, when Grodno came under Nazi occupation, the synagogue suffered severe damage. Its interior was completely destroyed, and the worshipers who came there were killed. After the war, the synagogue building was nationalized by the Soviet authorities and used for purposes other than its original function. In the 1990s, after the Belarus gained independence, the restoration of the synagogue began. It was returned to the Jewish community of Grodno and is currently functioning again as an active religious center, as well as a cultural institution where various events highlighting the history and traditions of Grodno Jews take place.
Here is a brief history of the Lutheran Church Kirch in Grodno. So, the Lutheran Church in Grodno was built in the 1830s, 1840s for the local German community. Architecturally, it is executed in the style of late classicism with elements of neo-Gothic. For many years, the church was center of religious and cultural life for Grodno Lutherans. Worship services, various community events, and charitable activities were held here. After World War II, when Grodno became part of the Soviet Union, the church was closed and its building was used for purposes other than its original function. For many years, it stood empty and fell into disrepair. The revival of the church began in the 1990s, after the collapse of the USSR and Belarus gaining independence. The building was transferred to the Lutheran community and gradually restored. Today the church is once again functioning as the Lutheran temple as well as cultural center organizing various events.
The Cathedral of St. Francis Xavier is one of the most significant architectural monuments in Grodno. It was built in the Baroque style in the 18th century on the site of an earlier Catholic church. The cathedral played an important role in the religious and cultural life of the city for many years. It served as the cathedral of the Grodno diocese and was the center of Catholicism in the region. The interior of the church has preserved unique works of art, including altars, statues and paintings. During the Soviet period, the cathedral, like many other religious buildings, suffered from the anti-religious policies of the authorities. It was closed, and the building was used for purposes other than its original function. It was only in the 1990s, after Belarus gained independence, that the cathedral was returned to the faithful and restored. Nowadays, the cathedral is an active church that attracts many tourists with its unique architecture and rich cultural heritage.